So we will go ahead and get started. Finding a nice comfortable seat on your mat. I'm sitting in Sukhasana, but you could take any leg position that's comfortable for you. Be sure to pull the flesh away from those sit bones. And then draw the navel in towards your spine to engage the abdominal muscles. The crown of the head is reaching tall towards the ceiling. Shoulder blades together and down the back. Place the hands on the thighs, palms down, and close your eyes. And just start to become aware of your breath. Allow that breath to flow in through the nose and out through the nose. Start to bring the breath into balance by making the inhale the same length as the exhale. So if the inhale is for a count of 4, the exhale would be for a count of 4. If your inhale is for a count of 6, your exhale would be for a count of 6, and so on. With each inhale, allow the spine to grow nice and tall. And then as you exhale, keep the length in the spine, but just begin to allow the body to soften. Relax the jaw, relax the shoulders away from the ears. Let the knees just gravitate towards the ground. So the person that we kind of call the grandfather of yoga today is someone who was named Krishnamacharya. And he trained the teachers who brought yoga to the United States. His son was named Desikachar, and a book of his called The Heart of Yoga is another one of the books that I used in my teacher training, and it's an excellent book. If you're looking to dive a little deeper into yoga, bringing the philosophy in, this is a great book. The first time I read it, I understood none of it. I was like, what? But then as time goes on, some of it starts to make sense. And the more you read it, the more it starts to all come together. So I highly recommend it. In this book, Desikachar says, although it theoretically appears possible for body, breath, and mind to work independent of one another, the purpose of yoga is to unify their actions. However beautifully we carry out an asana, however flexible our body may be, if we do not achieve the integration of body, breath, and mind, we can hardly claim that what we're doing is yoga. So the other day we learned that asana, or poses, are a steady, comfortable posture, steady, comfortable practice. And if it's not steady and comfortable, it's not yoga. Today we learned that if we do not achieve integration of body, breath, and mind, we're not really doing yoga. So when we are not really doing yoga anymore, we kind of think of it as just doing exercises or stretches. Yoga is a spiritual practice, so it's more than stretches and exercise. I like to say that yoga is a spiritual practice that has some of the same benefits as exercise. So that comes from The Heart of Yoga by Desikachar. So we'll stay in Sukhasana to start today. Bring your arms by your sides, nice tall spine. As you inhale, arms reach up. And then as you exhale, arms come back down by your sides. You're moving with your breath here at your own pace. I find that when I'm teaching and talking, I move a little faster than I would if I was sitting in class and really watching my breath. So definitely move with your breath. The next time the arms are up overhead, allow those palms to come together to touch. As you exhale, bring the hands to your heart. I'm going to turn around so that you can see what I'm doing. We did this pose a week or two ago, Gomukhasana arms, cow face pose arms. I'm going to use a strap. If you don't have one, you don't absolutely need it, so don't worry about it. If you have one, then you can use it. So what I'm going to do is place the strap in my right hand. And if you don't have one, you just skip that part. Then all of us reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. Then bend the elbow, placing your hand right in between those shoulder blades. Bring the left arm around. First, try to find your fingertips. If you can't find your fingertips and you have a strap, you can hold on to that instead. So I'll turn back around now. So in this pose, we want the elbow to point right up to the sky. The bicep is hugged into the ear. Don't let your arms push your head forward. Let the crown of the head reach towards the ceiling. Breathe. Release the hands. Bring that left arm around. Right arm reaches towards the ceiling, and as you exhale, lower the arm. If you're using a strap, you can place it in the left hand. As you inhale, left arm reaches towards the sky. Exhale, bend the elbow so that left hand is in between the shoulder blades. Reach around with the right hand. First, you'll see if you can find those fingers. If so, hold on there. If not, you can hold on to your strap. Either one is fine. And you may find that one side of the body is completely different than the other. Focus on the breath here. Release the fingertips. Bring that right hand around. Left arm reaches towards the sky. Exhale, lower. We can, if you're using the strap, place it to the side. Take your left hand and bring it behind the left hip. Take the right hand, place it on top of that left knee. Press down through the sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, starting at that belly, begin to twist to the left. So the twist starts in the belly, moves up to the ribs, the chest, the shoulders. The last thing to turn is the head. Root down through the sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. Slowly come back to center, this time starting with the head, followed by the shoulders, chest, ribs, belly. The right hand comes behind the right hip, left hand top of that right knee. Root down through the sit bones, inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, begin to twist to the right. Again, starting with the belly and then moving up. The last thing to turn is the head. So here, we want to keep a nice open chest in this twist. So bring those shoulder blades together and down the back. Press down through the sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. Slowly come back to center. We're going to come to all fours, hands and knees. When you're on all fours, make sure to spread the fingers nice and wide and press down through the fingers and the perimeter of the palms to help keep the weight out of your wrists. Take a moment to bring your awareness to that point in between the shoulder blades and relax. Notice that I have a natural arch in my back here, so I'm just going to tuck my tailbone slightly to lengthen my low back. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, shift your hips to your heels, your chest to your thighs, coming to extended child's pose, which means we keep the elbows up off of the mat. As you inhale, bring yourself back up, all fours, hands and knees. Exhale, back to child's pose. Inhale up, all fours. So remember, we are integrating body, mind, and breath, making sure that we are balancing effort with ease. We are comfortable and steady. The next time you come to child's pose, pause there. Keep the elbows up off of the mat. Take your left hand and place it in the left hip crease, so right where you bend, where the belly meets the thigh. Press down through the right hand and begin to twist to the left. So you're twisting open, you're pressing down into the mat with that right hand, left elbow is pointing towards the sky. Come back to center, extend that left arm nice and long. Place the right hand in the right hip crease. Begin to twist to the right as you press down through that left hand. Right elbow points to the sky. Slowly come back to center. Extend your right hand to meet the left. Now we'll rest in child's pose. So you can cross the forearms in front of you here. You could bring your arms back by your legs, whatever feels restful to you. This is a time to come back to the balanced breath. Come back to the present moment. Extend the arms out again and bring yourself up to all fours, hands and knees. From here, curl your toes under. Start to shift the hips towards the heels. The knees lift just a little bit as you press back, coming to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. So we want those hips to point to the back of the room where the wall meets the ceiling. Relax the heels towards your mat. Relax the head and neck. Start to bend your knees. Go back down into child's pose. And then as you inhale, bring yourself up all fours. We'll do that again. Curl the toes under. Start to shift the hips towards the heels. Knees lift as you press back, downward facing dog. And if downward facing dog is not for you today, staying on all fours or coming to child's pose is a good alternative. Start to walk your feet forward, coming to Uttanasana, forward fold. We want to feel grounded, so we touch the floor with our hands. And if we can't reach the floor, we can bend the knees or place something like a yoga block under the hands. Place your hands on your hips. Press down through the feet. Use your core. Unhinge. Come up to standing. So we're going to take our hands behind us and clasp them together. Draw the shoulder blades together and down the back. Press that fist towards the floor. Draw the navel in towards your spine. So we're opening the chest here. Taking nice, deep, full breaths. Release the hands. Take the hands behind your head. Interlace the fingers. We're going to press down through the feet. Start to grow tall. Lift up through the sternum. And then you're just going to take it back for a subtle back bend. Shoulder blades are coming together, chest open. Make sure that you're able to maintain that balanced breath. Slowly bring yourself up. Give yourself a hug. And then give yourself a hug going the other way. And now we'll practice a standing camel pose. So you'll bring your hands to your sacrum, that triangular bone at the base of the spine. Navel draws in. Press down through the feet. Inhale, grow tall again. Lift up through the sternum and take it back for a back bend here. Make sure you're breathing. Slowly bring yourself back up. Again, give yourself a big hug. And give yourself a nice big hug going the other way. Stand at the top of the mat in Tadasana, mountain pose. Take a nice big step back with that right foot, and your right toes will point out to the right slightly. I'm just working my left foot forward a little bit. Turn to face the wall in front of you. As you inhale, arms reach up. As you exhale, your left knee bends. We come to Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. We're going to do a modification today. So bring those arms like cactus arms or goalpost arms. We bring the shoulder blades together and down the back. Take a breath in. As you exhale, you're going to straighten that left leg, bring the hands together. Inhale, bend the left knee, goalpost arms, shoulder blades together. Exhale, straighten that left leg, bring those hands together. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. 3 more on your own. Moving with your breath in and out of this Warrior One modification. When you finish, you can just hold the pose with your goalpost arms, focusing on that breath flowing in through the nose and out through the nose. Straighten that left leg. Lower your arms. Step the right foot forward. Take a nice big step back with the left foot. Toes point out slightly to the left. Face forward. The toes of the left foot point out. Toes of the right foot point straight ahead. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, bend that right knee. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Bring your arms to your goalpost arms. Take a breath in. As you exhale, straighten the right leg. Arms come together. Inhale, bend that right knee, shoulder blades together, goalpost arms. Exhale, straighten, palms come together. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. 3 more on your own here. When you finish, you'll just come back to your warrior one with your goalpost arms, focusing on your breath. As you inhale, straighten the right leg, lower the arms, step that left foot forward. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging from those hips. Fingertips come down to the ground or on top of blocks. Relax your head and neck here. Place the hands on the hips. Press down through the feet to bring yourself up. Clasp the hands together behind you. Shoulder blades together and down the back. Press down through the feet. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, hinge forward as the fists rise up towards the sky. Press down through the feet, unhinge, bringing yourself up. Relax your arms. So we're going to turn so that we can take a nice wide stance on the mat. From your wide stance, come up on the heel of that left foot. Toes turn in slightly. Come up on the heel of the right foot. Toes turn out 90 degrees. Bring the arms parallel to your mat. So we're really working on opening the chest today. So a slight modification that you can do to help with that is just turn the palms to face the ceiling. Notice that when you do that, that automatically brings an opening to the chest. The shoulder blades come together and go down the back. So keep all of that and just turn the hands to face the floor. Gaze out over the right fingertips. Begin to reach the right fingertips towards that space in front of you. And then as you exhale, tip to the right, bringing your right hand either to your thigh or your calf, maybe the floor. If it's okay for you, you can gaze up at those left fingertips for Utthita Trikonasana, extended triangle pose. So here, if you notice that your left shoulder starts to turn towards the floor, spin the right ribs towards the front of the room. Stack those shoulders. It's also always fine to place the hand on the hip. Press down through the feet. Use the left hand to bring yourself back up. As you exhale, lower your arms. Bring your feet to parallel. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hinge forward. Prasarita Padottanasana. Wide-legged forward fold. Place the hands on your hips, press down through the feet, and bring yourself up. This time, we'll come up on the heel of that right foot, toes turn in slightly. Come up on the heel of the left foot, toes turn out 90 degrees. Arms come parallel to your mat. Let's make that little modification where we turn the palms to face the sky, chest opens, shoulder blades come together, and then turn those palms back to face the floor. Gaze out over the left fingertips. Begin to reach those left fingertips towards the space to your left, and as you exhale, tip to the left, Utthita Trikonasana. Remember, we are integrating body, mind, and breath. So if that mind starts to wander, bring the awareness back to the breath. Press down through the feet. Bring yourself back up. Lower the arms. Feet turn to face the front. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hinge forward. Relax the head and neck here. Place your hands on your hips. Press down through the feet to bring yourself up. So let's turn back to face the front of the mat. We're going to start to work our way down to our belly. If you'd like to just go ahead and lay down on your belly, that's fine. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hinge forward. From here, we're going to step back to downward facing dog. From down dog, we'll float forward to plank. And you could have a knee up or down plank. Make sure the inner elbows are looking towards the space in front of you. If the knees are up, float forward to the tops of the toes. Then begin to bend those elbows and lower all the way down to the mat. You can cross the forearms in front of you and rest the forehead. Bend your knees and rotate the ankles. Reverse the direction of your ankle rotation. Let the ankles become still. Lower the legs down to the mat. Bring your hands right next to your chest. And then hug your elbows in like little grasshopper wings. Press your hands into the floor and then press the hands towards the feet so that your whole body shifts forward and then rise to cobra or baby cobra. Baby cobra has bent elbows. Cobra has straight arms, so whatever is better for you. As you exhale, lower. Isometrically drag the hands back. The chest sweeps through the arms as you rise. Exhale, lower. Once again, chest sweeps through the arms as you rise. So we're going to hold cobra here. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Bring the navel in towards your spine. Inhale and exhale are equal. Slowly lower down. Roll over onto your back and hug the knees into the chest. Once you get there, you can rock gently from side to side. Keep your knees hugged into your chest and bring the arms out like a T, palms face the ceiling. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, we're just going to tip the legs over to the left. So we're twisting to the left. Let that left leg come to the mat or the ground, and the right leg can just rest on top of the left. The arms are out like a T. Bring your awareness to your right shoulder, and if it's sort of like dangling in space, I want you just to bend your right elbow. Place your hand on your rib cage just to support your shoulder. Focus on your breath here. Start to bring your knees back towards the chest. And on the next exhale, begin to twist to the right. So you're lowering those legs over to the right. I keep getting closer and closer to this brick wall every time I teach. I need to give myself more space. So now you'll bring your awareness to that left shoulder. So sometimes you'll just see the arm kind of dangling in space. If that happens, you'll just bend the elbow. Place the hand on the rib cage just to protect your shoulder. Slowly bring the knees back to the chest and lower the soles of the feet to the mat. Bring your arms by your sides, the palms face the floor. As you inhale, press down through the feet and lift your hips. We're going to hold bridge pose today. You can stay just like this, or you can start to wiggle your shoulders beneath you and then clasp the hands together. Press the hands into the ground, lifting those hips, watching your breath. Slowly begin to lower the hips to the ground after you've unwiggled your shoulders. Hug the knees into your chest. Rock gently from side to side. Keep the knees hugged into the chest, but bring your arms out like a T, palms face the ceiling. Press the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. So just for a few moments, we're going to hang out here with our feet reaching towards the sky. Just giving our legs a break, reversing the blood flow. So now we'll add on. Start to lower the legs until they're 2 inches away from the floor. Then you'll bring the knees to the chest. Press the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. Lower the feet until they're about 2 inches away from the mat. Bring the knees into the chest. So you're going to keep doing that sequence. I'll show you a more gentle option if you'd like. So you would press the soles of the feet up towards the sky. Lower your right foot. Lower your left foot. Bring the knees into the chest. Press the soles of the feet up. So that's your more gentle option. Lowering one leg at a time all the way down to the ground instead of holding them 2 inches above the ground, and then bringing the knees in. The more challenging option is to lower both legs until they're about 2 inches away from the ground and draw the knees in. So you can pick whichever variation is best for you. Remember to keep the low back pressed into the floor, which really helps you to recruit the abdominal muscles. So let's do 4 more. When you finish, you can hug your knees into your chest and rock gently from side to side. Place the soles of the feet on the mat. You can place your hands on your belly here, and then just bring your feet as wide as your mat. Let the knees sway from side to side. Let the knees become still, and then let those knees fall in towards one another. Take the index fingers of both hands, link them together, and then bring those arms up overhead. Close your eyes. Watch the breath flow in through the nose and out through your nose. We're going to begin to transition into Savasana. After Savasana, we'll come to a comfortable seated position for a short Dharana practice. And if you haven't practiced Dharana with us before, it's a very simple concentration practice. So that'll be right after Savasana. Feel free to grab your socks, your sweater, anything that you might need to stay comfortable in Savasana for the next 5 minutes. I'm telling my students now, I'm not playing music because of copyright issues and sound issues, but I highly suggest if you're into the music, put some on in your home while you're practicing. When I was taught to teach, we were taught to teach without music because it's thought of as a distraction. But with all the noises in our homes, sometimes it's nice to have a little something going on in the background to tune out our house noises. So once you have everything that you need for Shavasana, you'll just lay on your back, extending the legs out nice and long. I always like to move everything out of the way because I don't want to be distracted. Feet just flop open. Arms are by your sides. Palms face the ceiling. Arms are just a few inches away from the body. You can modify this pose if this is not comfortable for you. Take a nice deep breath in and just let your whole body go. Allow it to be supported by the sturdy floor. Relax the jaw by creating a space between the top and bottom rows of teeth. Let the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth and let your eyes just rest in their sockets. Resist the urge to make subtle movements. Let your natural breath take over and rest in Savasana. slowly start to deepen your breath. Becoming aware of the room once again, and becoming aware of your body. You can start to make any subtle movements that might feel good, like wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes. You can rotate through the wrists and the ankles. Turn the head gently from side to side. And stretch through the arms and the legs like you're just waking up. Nice full body stretch. And then roll to the right side in the fetal position, and we'll stay there for a few breaths. Keeping your eyes closed if you'd like. Bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position facing the front of the room. And we'll start our Dharana practice. So this is something that I do teach somewhat regularly. And Dharana is one of the 8 limbs of yoga. Asana is a limb, pranayama, meditation, and Dharana. So Dharana is a concentration practice, and it helps to train your mind to be able to concentrate on just one thing instead of the 8 million things that we're always trying to concentrate on. So today, since we focused on the chest, we're going to visualize the heartbeat today. The last time that we did this, we visualized the flame at the heart center, and today we're going to visualize our heartbeat. I like to do that because one of the things that I tell my students to let them know just how powerful the breath is. When you go to the doctor and they take your blood pressure, I always immediately go into my Samavriti breathing, and I get really good readings. My kids actually got this toy. It's Star Wars, and it's using the Force to do things. And essentially you wear this head apparatus that's like getting an EEG, so it reads certain brain waves. So the kids learn to focus and slow down their heart rate, and it makes the machine do these games. So it's really cool to see it, to actually see it working. You can also do it with the pulse ox. Put that on your finger and just relax. And you can watch your pulse lower and your oxygen increase. So it's just, the breath is powerful. Today we'll focus on the heartbeat during our Dharana practice. So get comfortable. We'll be sitting here for 2 minutes. And the only thing that you have to do is breathe and focus on that heartbeat. Anytime your mind starts to wander, maybe it'll latch onto a thought and you'll create a crazy story, or maybe you'll hear something outside, just bring the awareness back to that heartbeat. So we'll do that for 2 minutes. You may have to bring your awareness back 50, 60 times, maybe more, maybe less. So let's get started. Find your comfortable seat and just begin to establish the balanced breath flowing in through the nose and out through the nose. Bring the awareness to your heart beating in your chest. Go ahead and release the technique, deepening the breath and bringing the hands together at the heart. If you find in your Dharana practice that you are constantly being pulled away from whatever it is you're focusing on, don't get discouraged, because the practice is realizing that and coming back to the breath. So we're not expecting our mind to be completely blank for 2 minutes. We are practicing by acknowledging a distraction, leaving it be, and coming back to the breath. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Thank you for practicing integrating the body, the mind, and the breath through your yoga practice. As you go through your week, see if you can find opportunities to use your breath as a tool to bring more calm, more balance, more peace to your day. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you be free from suffering. May you have ease of well-being. Namaste.